I'm conscious.
Now what? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
Peace and love, soul group. Peace and love, and welcome to another episode of I'm Conscious Now What, and it feels good. Yeah. Come on in, soul group. Those of you who will be joining me live at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Sunday. Today's date is the 17th. Let's center. Let's center. I got some very, I think interesting information that I want to share today. Just trying to find my frequency, trying to find the right frequency to deliver this message so that everyone, no matter what energy field or level of consciousness that you're on, can receive what you need for your ascension today. Thank you for connecting, soul. Thank you for connecting, soul group. As I feel the souls connecting, thank you. Thank you. Let's do one more deep breath. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, soul group, I'm in such a great space right now. And right now, and that's the key word, because I'm just learning how to just, what would they call, just tread water. Just tread water, just tread energy. I'm just treading energy. I'm just out exploring, different energy fields. I'm getting out more. I got out yesterday, went to an event downtown at the library. It was probably 1,000 people in there. No problem. I'm learning how to adapt to all different types of energy. And, what really helped me, because these times, and I hear this from a lot of my relationships that I built with you all over the world, a lot of people are having problems adjusting to the new energy. I just use the word weird or uncertain or unfamiliar and I wouldn't even say, because see, here's the thing. I know we're all energy, so I know it's like unlimited energy fields out there, but I kind of disagree a little bit just from some of the things that I'm experiencing. I believe that there is a main energy, vibratory energy in this space that we're residing in to connect here. And I believe we are all just apart or adjusting or even becoming that energy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's here. You're becoming a part of that energy, whether you're conscious of it or not. So the weird feeling, the weird or the uncertainty or a lot of people think it's like something that's going on with them, and they're searching and scanning and they can't find anything. It's, it's just the energy, and we're all transitioning into this higher vibration. It's definitely higher. It's definitely higher. So what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to open up the phone lines, but last week, if you viewed our live stream on Wednesday, this week, last week, Sunday, Saturday, Sabbath, I did something that I was led to do. I had a young soul on who was transitioning, was trying to understand herself, had some pitfalls, had some still, hurt and pain. And, you can catch that live stream. I won't go into it. I felt led to put her on just to feel our energy here and to connect with this platform, to kind of, take her into the deep water as far as recovery. Because when you attach to a platform like this, because there's so many people connecting to this platform and watching that video, it's like, that law of cause and effect. You're gonna get what you put out. And I hope that her story touched enough individuals that collectively you all can come together and connect to that and just heal from that. So I wanted to tell this event that I had last week, because this happened last week. This happened like, I don't remember the date, but it was last week. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do, because I was going to let this blow over, but then this morning I kind of got quickened by it. I got a visual of it again. And so I was like, damn, I got to tell this, this is very, this is very breaking for me. This was a real breakthrough for me. So before I tell you about this out of body experience or astral projection that I had, I want to catch you up on how I was able to do this, because I had told you guys that my diet is not the diet it was when I once had all the time when I was, playing around in the astral realms, just having a lot of fun there. I was on a raw diet, and that raw diet, I think I did that raw diet at least 8 months straight, and then gradually I got back into the rices and, the pastas and just, what I'm saying? So my diet wasn't the same. And I found out real quick that I wasn't having the vivid out of body experiences that I once had on the raw diet. So, what I did was, and I don't even know why I did this. I just did this, right? Now, you guys know a while ago, I was introduced to the crystals. Okay. I even had a young lady on, Tessa, was telling us about crystals. And even me and Ryan talked about crystals, Well, I kind of like abandoned my little crystals, my live little entities, I just had them on the mantle, just sitting there, and I hadn't utilized my crystals in so long. Right. So this particular morning, right, I don't know, I just felt them. There's no words for this. You just, how you just do things because it's just like a flow or rhythm. You just do it, right? And I felt like the separation in my relationship with my crystals. I felt my crystals saying, hey, let's connect. Let's merge. Almost like you need this energy. And so what I did was I think I have about 8 to 10 crystals. So what I did, never done this before like this. What I did was I color coordinated my crystals to line up with the colors of my chakras, or the colors that they say represent our chakras. Okay. This is the first time I ever did this, and nobody told me to do it. I just did it. So I took, the color of my crown chakra. I matched that up with one of my crystals, went to my third eye chakra. I laid a crystal right on my third eye, similar in color. I didn't cover my mouth up. So I went down to my heart chakra, right? And I color coordinated crystal. I laid it right on my heart chakra, went down to my solar plex chakra, put a crystal perfectly lined. Of course, I got, I went on Google and looked at what each crystal, because I'm not a crystal expert, but I know how to place my energy into these crystals. I know how to do that. I know how to use the crystals. I'm just not a crystal expert on this one is good for this and all of this, right? So this was just something I was doing. And then I took one of my darker crystals and I grounded it like right in between my legs. And I just laid down flat on the floor. And I had these crystals perfectly aligned to my chakras. Okay. And I just went on to do my regular rhythmic breathing. And I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you have crystals, I really recommend doing some crystal work on yourself, you know, just by color coordinating those crystals. And you can get a chart if you don't know your chakra colors by heart. You know, you can just get a chart and just, you know, you don't even have to know. Color is kind of, I'm learning that colors are very, very important. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of you know this already, but it's just the little stuff that really helps. Like these colors mean something. You know how you see a rainbow? We look at a rainbow. We was taught that a pot of gold was on the other side of a rainbow. They tried to monetize the rainbow, but those are colors. Those are frequencies. Those are vibrations. You know what I mean? So I align these crystals to my chakras. I even put one up under the pillow behind my head. I put a quartz crystal to magnify. And when I laid down and I started breathing and I got into my rhythm, and you know, I really was feeling this. I mean, this energy came, my Kundalini energy had, I mean, I don't even think I've ever experienced a stronger movement of my Kundalini energy. Maybe it's because I hadn't used the crystals in a long time and I was just that low. You know what I mean? With just like my own energy, because I'm used to my energy and playing with my energy, but because my diet, and I'll be the first to admit, you know, my diet has been shitty, you know, here lately, you know, not to the, I'm not going to call shitty compared to a raw diet. You know what I mean? And it was something that I was aware of. I just fell in love with rice, brown rice and pasta. You know, but anyway, you know, I run on. So I'm laying down, I'm rhythmic breathing, and I mean this Kundalini, this energy. Listen, this energy, I'm visualizing it now. This energy that had been like, not now, you got it, not now. It's my dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I'll call you back, Dad. I promise. But this energy that had been probably just sitting in my root chakra, in my sacral chakra, I actually felt this energy from there coming up, just coming up and going through my chakras. It was just oh man, like going down the scariest roller coaster on the planet right now. Multiply that times like 1,000, like this energy that was building up down there. And what I found myself doing was I was just trying to pull that energy up. I was just trying to pull that energy up because it was moving, but it was like a blockage there. It was like a blockage. That energy was not able to move up and circulate through my, you know, my beingness, just, you know, to get it to the crown and then up one side of your spine and down. I wasn't moving this energy. You know, it was just stagnant. Just the energy that was in my root chakra, it was just there. The energy that was in my sacral chakra, it was just sitting there. The energy, it wasn't moving, you know. And I became very, very conscious and vivid of that. So my intent was just to move that energy from my root chakra and try to get it up to my crown and just get this energy moving. And so this went on, this breathing went on, and I was just, you know, breathing from my diaphragm, holding it, and just with the help of these crystals. Now, what these crystals did was it kind of magnified everything. And one note that I want to throw in right here, okay? And this became very profound to me, and I'm smiling now because just thinking about it it's just very uplifting. These crystals were working with me, not for me. My energy, I had already put my energy into these crystals. And when I put my energy into these crystals, I remember I was on an all raw vegan diet. This is so cool, ladies and gentlemen, like energy. So these crystals actually preserve a frequency or energy or my intent and my will that I put in them from, you know, I was vibrating like on top of the world in. Not that it's bad now, but we go through shit, right? And so it was like I was connecting back to that energy when I was actually on that raw diet, and it was just strong. Oh, it was strong. And I got that energy up, right? I got that energy from my root all the way up to my crown. And when it got to my crown, you know, I didn't want to lose it. Like, and some of you know what I'm talking about. If you're brand new, I didn't want the energy to, for some reason, I don't know why, I didn't want it to leave out of my crown and, you know, go into like that bliss state and merge with everything. I wanted to kind of move it throughout my beingness without releasing it, like kind of like trying to cleanse it, like a cosmic cleanse, if that's a good word. So when it got to my crown, I could feel my crown like ready to you know, like I was gonna connect, like I was gonna project, you know what I mean? Bad analogy. I know this is a horrible analogy, but some of you will get just what I mean. It's like when you used to masturbate and right when you was about to have the orgasm, you would stop. Okay, you get it now, right? That's what I was doing. I didn't want to release it. I wanted it to keep circulating throughout my being. And I did this a series of roughly somewhere in the ballpark. You know, this was last week. So it's, you know, my ego didn't got a hold of this, but I'm trying. Probably about 3 or 4 times. I kept moving this energy throughout my body up, and then it would go back down. And I could see this energy. It would go up one side of my spine. First time I've ever visualized this. I heard about this, but I never visualized it on my own. I heard about the energy going up the spine and then coming, but I've never saw it vividly. So it would go up and then it would reach the top and then it would go right back down my spine or my vertebrae, the opposite side, and it was just moving. And for once, it felt like forever. Like for once, I had my energy circulating all throughout my chakras. Some people call this a chakra clearing. And that's how this is like a generic bootleg way, you know, because I'm simple. I'm not an expert to clear out the blockages in your chakras, right? And this will get you some amazing results, and just let it happen. Don't even try to, just let it happen. It's a beautiful experience. And so once this energy was moving, then I started to visualize and focus on my brow chakra. Okay, I'm feeling good now. I'm relaxed. I'm calm. I got my crystals working with me. I'm connected to a very powerful energy. My intent that I placed in those crystals almost a year ago, right? And I'm breathing and my energy is moving. And you'll feel that energy moving. You'll feel that lightness in your beingness. You know, I was very heavy, and, you know, even though I was working with what I had, so I didn't feel bad. It was just, if I had to compare the two, I was in the state that I was in. I was just very heavy without moving this energy. This energy was just give you a video. It was like old dishwater. You know how you leave the dishwater in the sink and the next day you come and you just looking like, oh, that's how my energy was just sitting in my root chakra. So once I got that energy moving 3 or 4 times, I began to focus on my brow chakra. This is what I do. And what I do is my head is already always tilted back. I just like drive my eyes like almost to the top of my head, like I'm trying to see my forehead. And I just visualize my brow chakra. That's how I always connect. This is the easiest way to connect and get what I like to call this little vortex that'll pop up. I just call it a vortex. It's like a circle. And it looks electric. And sometimes it'll just pop up like this. You'll see it. It looks like light. And then it'll start spinning. That's like my vehicle to go where, you know, lucid dream. I always see like this little vortex. Sometimes it'll spin or sometimes it'll come close. And it's like it'll pulsate with your third eye. Okay. Now let me pull this information again. I got to pull because I don't want my ego to take over this. I know how my ego is. Okay. This won't be, it'll be some ego in this. You guys know this happened last week. So I'm going to do my best to tell you what I experienced on this out of body experience. Okay. So I remember seeing the vortex, and the vortex began, it would come close and then it will back up, and then the vortex actually starts spinning. And when it starts spinning, the more you focus on it. What do I mean by focus and visualize? I mean, give your entire awareness to just this circle. This is very, very important because a lot of times when we're laying down and we're breathing, our mind is, and you'll become aware of this, our mind is thinking of all kind of shit, all kind of thoughts are popping up. Okay. But what you want to do, you want to get to the place where you can just take all of your awareness and just give it to one, I would say, thing or it. In my case, it was this vortex. And I got real good at this from sun gazing. Once again, I get this to sun gazing, from catching the sun at sunrise when it's orange, and at sunset because it's just a little ball. When you look at that sun through your third eye, it creates like a portal. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Right in the middle of that sun, it looks like a little portal that you go through to receive that energy. Okay, so I focused all of my will and my desire on this portal, and this portal got us to spinning, ladies and gentlemen. And I remember my consciousness entering that portal, and that portal began to spin and spin and spin and spin. It was a hell of a ride. It was a hell of a blissful ride. And I knew that I was moving outside of what I would usually call my astral projections, because you guys remember me saying this a lot. Usually when I have out of body experiences, I'm just outside. It looks like my natural environment, give or take, things are not exactly like they are here. It's like, for example, this mic might be black or brown, or you know what I mean? Or there's just little slight things. You have to really be aware. If you get in the habit in this life, it'll be kind of weird if you just walk around your house and just touch shit. Just touch things and become aware to things and pick up things like, like pens, and just like really look at them, you know, because a lot of times when you have these out of body experiences, you do what you normally do a lot of times, but the more conscious you become, you learn how to go outside of what you naturally do here. But in many cases, you're going to do exactly what you do in 4D. Notice I ain't say 3D no more. Fuck 3D. 4D. We are 4D now, whether we know it or not, and higher. And so I began to this vortex was spinning and spinning and spinning, and I knew I was on this incredible ride. And what am I doing now in the midst of this? I'm just visualizing, because the more this is so weird but so cool. The more I focus on the vortex, it's like I'm my visualization on that vortex is actually the fuel or the energy that's giving this vortex power to spin. It's my energy. It was my conscious energy along with these crystals. This vortex was spinning, and this is why I was able to go farther than I had ever traveled before out of body. Now, this is where it gets good. Okay, so the vortex, it starts slowing down and spinning, starts slowing down, and then what it does is, in my case, it's like I'm entering it again, but I'm actually, you know what I mean by entering it? It comes like real close to you again, like you're going in it, but you're actually going out of it. Okay. And so when the vortex came up to me, I went out of the vortex, and this freaking out of body experience was just mind blowing. Okay. Now I was in this space. Now I'm talking now like this is my first time, like I'm really visualizing it now. Okay. Even though it's after the fact. Okay. So this is how I felt. I'm pulling. When I initially had this out of body experience, I was in this beautiful, beautiful space. If I had to kind of describe it at this particular time, it looked like I was in a huge stadium. Like it was huge. And the light, I wasn't used to seeing this type of light. This light that like illuminated this space, it wasn't common. It wasn't. And it just wasn't common. And I can't describe it, but the light was different. And it was like I was in this huge, like stadium almost, right? And as I started to look around, because I could look around and, I wasn't too much aware of my body. I didn't look at my body. This was mostly from consciousness or third person, like I was watching a movie. This is like the view I had. And as I begin to look around and kind of like scan the area, and it was so huge, you know, it was almost overwhelming. Now, this is what was profound. I saw energy beings. Okay. I saw a variation of energy beings, or like energy fields. I'll just talk about 3 or 4 of them to try to get you as close as I can to when I saw it. Some of these energy fields still like had, how can I explain? They were still like in the shape of a body. I don't know if that makes sense. Like they had just came out of a body or projected out of a body. And that's how I knew that these energy fields were kind of like, or used to be a human or some kind of humanoid. You know what I'm trying to say? It was still in the shape of a body, but it was like the intelligent energy that was in that body. It was kind of weird to describe, but I could tell that okay, they came out of a body. Now, why am I saying this? Because I also just saw just amazing, incredible shapes of energy that were not humanoid form. You know, it was weird. Like, damn, I'm not even good with like shapes and right angles and things, but they were like in just these incredible formats. I'll just use that word. And it was energy. It was energy. And here's the thing now. And a lot of people were wrong about this. Okay. And I'm gonna drive this home because I got some clarity on this too. I saw energy not only in the form of humanoids, but also animals. Okay. And insects. Kind of spidery, like insects and animals. Some I could make out, some wasn't real clear because I guess it would depend on how long they've been in this space. Because I guess the newer versions, like myself, if I could look at myself, I would have probably been like in a humanoid form because I had just projected out of my body. Okay. Now let me dive deep into this because you guys know I'm long-winded. As I scan the area, and not all of the area, I will tell you that, because this place was huge. All right. I just scanned like a little parts of this area. Now, what it seemed like to me at that time, these energies was in some kind of format. The closest thing I could say, and this is how you lose a lot of quality on these, quality of the actual out of body experience, is they were in a format like in a line. But they weren't in a line like we call a line. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was at an amusement park, we get in lines here in this dimension. But they were in a format, but they weren't arranged in a line, like a straight line. But it was a format that's beyond my understanding. I'll just say that. They were in this format, and it was like, I'll just use sections. Yeah. It was a lot of different sections with a lot of different variations of energy. They were like placed perfectly, though, perfectly organized, very organized in like sections, groups of energy. And it was energy in different sections. And it was in like a geometric format that I've never been like a good math person, but some of you guys will probably break that down. Those of you who are into the specs and, and the one thing that was common in each, what I'll call section, was it was like this big, damn, I need to grab something close so you guys can understand. It was like this big, I'll just say rainbow to bring it as close as I can. It was a big rainbow. Yeah, it was big. It was big. It was a big rainbow, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say in front of each section or align with each section. And I was watching these different separate energy beings, I'll just call them, would almost merge with this energy. And they would stay in this energy for a while. I don't even know the time. And they would stay in this energy, and this energy would actually mix and mingle with these beings. And this shit was like in 4K ultra to me. I was seeing this, right? And it was almost like they was like this energy was kind of like, now my ego is analyzing it a little bit, like almost like either taking something from the energy or adding something to the energy. Okay. It was weird at first. Okay. And this was just going on. There was a lot of little stations. I'm just calling them stations all over, like what seemed to be this big ass dome, right? Just watching it. For some reason, I started to get a little overwhelmed. It started just getting, I guess because it was so much energy here, you know, I start feeling overwhelmed. And for some reason, I don't know why, I'm just giving it to you guys. This little trace of fear came in. Like, oh my God, what's going on? You know, is this the reincarnation trap? Or you know how I am, right? What's going on? Because I didn't know what was going on. I was just seeing this shit. And I'm telling you, it was like, if I had to throw a number out there, thousands of energy sources, or I'll just say beings in all different shapes, vibrations, and colors, they were there, right? And so when this little trace of fear entered my being, this uncertainty, you know, because I wasn't, it's just weird. I began to get that falling feeling, like falling. You guys know what I'm talking about? I was just falling, you know, and then I went falling like in darkness, like, yeah. And that space I was in began to, like, you know, just go away. And it was like I was falling, you know, and I was falling. And one thing I know, I just kept breathing. I just kept breathing. And when I was breathing, it was slowing down, like the falling, kind of, sort of. And eventually I hit back here to my space here. I was actually laying in my bed, and I remember laying there, and I remember thinking like, oh my fucking God, what just happened? You know? And I remember wrestling with it. And I'm going to tell you, the first thing that came to my mind, and I was going to jump on the live stream, and I'm so glad I didn't do this because I would have fucked this all up. And this happens a lot. I'm just being honest. I was like, wow, that was a big ass spaceship that I was on, right? This is what I'm thinking. And these were aliens, right? Abducting humans and beings from Earth, doing experiments on them. That's the first thing, you know, I'm analyzing this with my ego now. It's my ego now, right? I'm laying in the bed and I'm like, oh, I gotta go live. I gotta tell. But then for some reason, I don't know why I did this. I was like, and all of this was in mind. I wasn't saying this verbally. And then I say, well, no, because I'm kind of used to doing this now. When I don't really understand something, I just say higher self in my mind while I'm breathing. Discern this for me. I need understanding. Give me clarity on what I just saw. Okay, now I got to come close to the camera on this. The millisecond I thought that, it was like my higher self was just waiting on me to ask, you know, and I will even go to say that's why that little bit of what I would call fear shot in and got me out of that RAM, because I was starting to overanalyze stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I would have blew it, right? And so I said, higher self, give me clarity on what I saw. And, you know, why did I see this, right? Okay. Now I want to take you guys back. Let me tell you what my higher self told me first. Let me breathe so I can get as close as I can. Let me get as close as I can. Okay. So now I'm going to translate this. My higher self told me these were the souls that turned within during the 2 hurricanes. These were the souls then during the 2 hurricanes that hit the United States. Okay, so And this was like, wasn't no ego involved when I first got this. Now there's a little, because I got to translate it to English, because when I ask my higher self things, I feel it, and then I get visuals, and then I get to understand it. I had to learn how to discern from my higher self. It was, you know, I had to learn this telepathy. Telepathy is thought, but then once you get the message, then I got to tell you guys. So it's just getting chopped up and watered down and watered down. But my higher self said, these were the souls that turned within hurricanes. And what was going on, ladies and gentlemen, they were actually recharging from their incarnation from the planet Earth. They were, and this, I thought it was a spaceship. This was like a big, like, this space was like huge. And here's the thing, though. This is what's so profound about this. You let mainstream media what's the death toll? What's the death toll? That anybody know the death toll? If you know the death toll, put it in the chat or put it in the comment section. The death toll wasn't it like in the hundreds, right? But listen, this is why you can't trust mainstream media. Ladies and gentlemen, it was thousands of animals and like humanoid form that turn within during those hurricanes. Okay, thousands. All right, it was a lot, right? This was the most profound outer body experiences that I have ever had. Yeah, that see, because when I first started playing with these outer body experiences, you know, I kind of got introduced more clarity from Ryan Cropper. So I used to play around up there a lot, you know. It was new, you know, you just having fun flying around. I was engaged in astro sex and all kind of stuff. You know me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I got to the point where, and I kept telling myself, I really want to use my outer body experiences to kind of to benefit the ascension of what's going on here. You know what I mean? And so snaps to my crystals and snaps to all of my guides and all of you ladies and gentlemen who've been hanging in here with me. I know it's been like a roller coaster. We go up, we go down. I disappear for a while, then I come back, and you know how it is, right? But yeah, and I wanted to tell you guys this last week, but for some reason, I always go by how I feel now, right? I put that young lady first, but I was able to pull this up. Yeah, we never die. And that just even furthermore, right? Cemented, you know, that was like the what do they call it? The notary. Boom. Like, dude, you are immortal. All you gonna do is go recharge. It's levels to this consciousness. You know, it was like they made it to a in between point before they go on their next, I want to say, assignment. I'm very careful, try to be very careful of the words that I use. Maybe they're repowering for their next assignment. You know what I mean? But another thing that I got from this is that fucking reincarnation trap is out. No, it's a different type of energy catching these souls now. You see what I'm saying? Because this, oh, can I go that far? Am I getting too excited? Yeah, a little ego getting in there. I'm gonna just slow down and leave it where we at right now. I'm not gonna go as far as, but how I feel like there's a greater, I don't know now. We're live now. Was that little bit of fear that kicked in when I was standing there watching? Did that come from me kind of feeling like, hey, what's going on here? Yeah, sure it did. Sure it did. Now that I didn't pull this back up, I give you something to think about. Was that a reincarnation trap? I don't know. Was the energy that they were going through, was that the life review? I don't know. I mean, you guys hearing it, what does it sound like to you? Now that because like when I was watching it, it was cool at first, but then I got like this, the closest thing I can call it is fear or uncertainty of what was going on, you know? And then I started falling. You know what I'm saying? So, wow, man, that just puts some polarity to my title. Well, one thing, proof we never die, right? Because I was there and I saw the energy. But now, damn. Well, I'm going to make this what I want it to be in this case. You know what I mean? I'm not going to drive no energy toward the other way. Listen, these energies were being recharged and getting prepared for their next assignment. Let's just leave it like that. But they didn't die. They didn't just vanish and go into nothingness. You know what I mean? And not only was it humanoid forms, okay, because I just had a long, almost disagreement. I almost went there because this one individual was trying to tell me that animals didn't have souls. And I just don't believe that. Maybe not the solar. I just don't believe that. I think the same energy that is powering us up in this humanoid body is the same energy that's going into those animals, because they're alive. They're breathing. You can see the life in their eyes. Look in the animals, any animal. Look in their eyes. They are alive. How can you say they don't have souls or solar energy? How can you say they just die and don't go nowhere? Well, I'm here to prove it today. I saw even insects. And now I know why they call the reptilians kind of come for. I understand that more now. Like everything that you see on Earth, from the plants to the trees to the humanoids to the animals, man, there's higher levels and higher variations of that energy, that frequency. You know what I mean? This is a lot of fun. You know, this is the kind of shit I like, though. I'm glad that my will and my desire now is turning more towards getting out of body and just seeing stuff, bringing stuff here to the platform so you guys can kind of, you know, dissect it with me, because, you know, this is just my ego now. I had the experience, but was it a reincarnation? Here I go back with that again. You know how I am. Was that the reincarnation trap, or would you push more towards it was a space where souls kind of recharge and, you know, get ready for their next assignment? Just something to think about. Okay, it's 1:41, and I'm gonna open up the phone lines now. I gotta call my dad back. I gotta connect with my dad. It's weird, very, very weird. I know my dad got something for me. Friday, he called me at 111. All right. Yesterday, I got a busy schedule now. Do you guys realize I'm like running 4 platforms at the same time? And I'm having a lot of fun. But yesterday, he called me at 222. 222. Right? The numbers, right? And right, the show, I don't know if it was at 111, but he called me again today. So I know he has something that I'm gonna get with my dad today. It's Sunday. But I'm gonna open up the phone line 734-230-2744. I want to give you a chance on Sunday to call in and just let us know what's going on. We're gonna kind of turn this like a little bit into you know, like a little conscious chatter thing. You can add to you know, my out of body experience. You can give your take on it. I'm over here live at the chat right now. If you guys want to give some love, show some love with some hearts, I'm here. I'm live. I'm looking at you. Let's go way up to the top. Peace and love, Antonio. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for being here today. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to not only this channel, but my other channels that I'm running. I got another new channel that's kind of interesting, and I'm having a lot of fun. It's called Fucked Up Perspective with a PHUCK Perspective. And we having a lot of fun where we do like reaction videos on different perspectives, all different topics. We seeing all different kind of things. We getting comments, and I'm really excited about that. Another thing, while we're waiting for the calls to come in, another thing that really gave me this, I don't know, I call it this resurrection in energy, is I have reached a point, even in consciousness, right? Because remember, my definition of ego, I see ego. I see my ego. My ego is a variation of thought patterns that begin to loop, like the same old thing, like you're doing the same thing every day. Kind of like it's like a assortment of variations of thought patterns like grouped together. You can see them and they just loop. You just go into like this loop of patterns. And let's just say that this pattern, this thought pattern is just, hey, the call-in number. It's a square, right? And all you're doing is you're just looping within this square. But outside of this square, you got the entire universe just waiting for you. But you're stuck in like these patterns of thoughts and they group up. They like form. You know what I mean? And even me being conscious, I was doing the same thing. I meditated at the same times. You know, I was eating the same foods. I was doing my shows Wednesday, 1 p.m. So it was just like I was in a conscious life loop. And I really was building up and harvesting a lot of energy that wasn't moving because I began to get kind of bored and lackluster. And so what I did was, and this gonna sound weird, but it really helped me. And I know why it helped me. I just took on more ways to use my creative energy. You know what I mean? It's like I just expanded because I saw that I was stuck, consciously stuck. It's doing the same shit over and over. You know what I mean? And when you do that, you get used to using, you know, certain thought patterns, certain energy. You're using like a certain amount of energy. But when I expanded, when I started another channel, actually 2 different channels, when I, you know, just started expanding, it required me to use more of my creative energy. And by doing that, my energy started to flow. You know what I mean? And it started moving. It wasn't like stagnant, kind of like when I got out of body. And maybe that's where I got it from. But I just feel great. I feel alive. It's just a great space. And, you know, I don't, one thing that I used to do that I am conscious of now and I try, I'm conscious of it. So I'm aware when I start doing it. And it's okay if you do this. I'm not saying this is good or bad. This is just what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying not to just get used to a certain feeling or a certain energy. You know what I mean? It's like I'm open for the change. It's like when I wake up, okay, what's going to happen today? You know what I mean? If I find this new energy, even if it's blissful, oh yeah, feel good. But I'm not trying to just stay there. Okay, now what? You get what I'm saying? What else? What else? It's like I'm searching. I'm on this journey. I want more. I want to explore more. I want to expand, you know? Now I even got this craving to be around more people. And I did not have that before I started moving this energy around. I wanted to stay by myself. Actually, being around, and I'm talking about in a matter of weeks, this changed. Being around, you guys probably remember me saying this. Being around a lot of people kind of threw me all around because I can feel their energy. Now it's fun jumping in these little, you know, it's like kind of fun. It's kind of like an unfair advantage for me because, yeah, it's like a game because I can jump in your energy and finish your sentences and connect with you in a way that some of them can't do. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm playing this game and I'm winning. You know what I mean? In my own little way. You know, life is a game. It's what you make out of it. It's how you discern it. It's your perception of it's all perspective, right? So, you know, I think what I'm trying to say is, you know, just loosen up a little bit and trust me, I'm talking to myself when I'm not talking to any individual person. I'm talking to myself and the phone saved me from talking to myself. Let's get on the phones.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Now I'm going to go out on the limb and accept this call.
To accept, press 1.
Usually I don't, unless you say your name. Peace of love, you're live on I'm Conscious Now What with Derek Dunlap. Who we talking to?
Neon.
Neon? Peace of love. What's going on, bro?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's up? I called. I think I called last time. I had the grocery store story.
Oh my man, what's up, man? When you call Neon, make sure you say your name because a lot of times, if I can't feel that energy when you speak, I don't let people get through. You know what I mean? Because I don't like really wasting my time. But peace and love, brother. Great to have you. What you got for us today?
Yeah, man. I'm just really working on not easily getting so overwhelmed, because like you said earlier, like there's a lot of energy, and kind of what I've been going through too is having a lot of energy, but not having like the platform to put it in, or maybe having the energy, but not having like the enthusiasm or like the direction to actually put it into something that can grow.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of where I am right now. It's just kind of like taking those first few steps and just being more comfortable with expressing myself, really.
Yeah.
And I know you're at a place where it's like, let me get around all these people. That's awesome. You know, I'm not really at that point, you know. I'm kind of just in the, what do they call it, construction stage of everything like that.
Sure.
But one thing I have realized and noticed too is I'm rising in vibration, so I'm beginning to actually experience the energy of other people a lot more, and I'm just working on kind of like transmuting that into something that I can use, you know?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
And you know, it's nature's a big thing. Nature's a big thing, I have to say. You were talking about sun gazing earlier.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Getting out in the sun. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely something that's important. And something also is it's raining today, but I realized something. The sun's inside of me as well. So it's almost like the sun's never out as long as we are conscious. And,
let me add this. Let me add this. I feel led to tell you this. How long has it been raining?
Sure.
How long has it been raining where you are? Did it just start? Has it been raining for a while? Is the rain really coming down?
No, it rained like this morning, and then right now I don't really think it's raining anymore. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow again.
All right, dude. Check this out.
Weird.
Check this out, dude. All right. Now I call, and this is another thing that I've done that is fantastic, dude. I call them cosmic showers. Have you ever heard me talk about the cosmic showers?
Oh, yeah. I remember you mentioned that
Man.
crazy experience.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, try that, man. Get you some, you know, take all your clothes off, all your socks, maybe have on some boxing shorts or whatever you wear, swimming trunks, dude, and get out in that rain. The more rain, the better, and the more lightning and thundering, the better, man. And then this is why, right? Because we are electric, we are energy, and for some reason, the fear of lightning, there's a fear there from thundering and lightning, and I understand why. You know, we got it from our parents, but usually, you know, the odds of being struck by lightning is very, you know what I mean? And when someone actually gets struck by lightning, dude, on the level I am right now, dude, they teleporting out of here, dude. They just, you get what I'm trying to say? It's not, it's
real shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
See, when you reach a level in consciousness, all of the fairy tales and fear shit, you just sweep that shit under the rug. If somebody gets struck by lightning, dude, they didn't teleport it out of here. They're done. Whatever they were doing, you know what I'm saying? Especially from this vision I just had when I saw all of those variations of energy in those formats in this big ass space that I can't even describe, dude. We're not dying. We're not rotting like the body. That's why I tell people the body is genetically modified. It's GMO, man. It's harvesting this energy. We're on the inside. The body dies. The body stinks. You know what I mean? Because the body was genetically modified. I'm pushing more to believe that these breakaway societies and these entities that we read about, historical entities, these, you know, they've been fucking around with DNA and stuff, you know, creating, changing stuff, you know, and we're the result, not the core essence of who we are. Now, when I say the DNA, I'm talking about this shit you see that we call physical. I'm talking about these, you know, this shit connected to our consciousness is genetically modified, but the energy that we are on the inside when we get out of body comes from the divine presence of everything, and you can't genetically modify that motherfucker. That's what make me smile, bro. You can't change that energy. You can create with it.
Hey, we're at church, bro.
Hey man, the church is underground, man. I be telling people, man, it gets fun when you start when you start breaking away from those squares that I be told. I just saw them as squares. They're like squares. I call them my ego. I just label. What I did was I visualized my ego and kind of made it like physical. So I'll know when I get trapped in life. They say life loops, or when you're doing the same shit over and over, you're not growing. You're not growing. You're in a square. You're in your ego. You do the same shit and I was conscious doing that. I was conscious doing that. And all I did was became aware of that, right? Start moving my energy around. And I try to give you guys the basic stuff that I do kind of live to, the breathing and the crystals resurrected my ass. They did. Because the crystals, I had placed my intent and my energy in those crystals when I was on an all raw vegan diet. I remember when I did it. So my energy was in the crystals. So all I did was just kickstarted my own energy. That's all I really did with the regular breathing. So it's like I attached to these live crystals, these beings, which stored my energy, and just placed them on each chakra, minus the throat chakra. Yeah. And that's how I got there. I got there with my own energy, but it's just these little. Yeah. Go ahead, my man.
I've been using hematites. I have these hematite magnets.
Okay.
Yeah, these hematites with me.
Describe them.
Yeah, that's about all I have.
Describe them. What did you call them? Hematites?
Yeah, they're hematite magnets. Hematite is the type of crystal, or it's the type of gem.
Okay.
They're very good at like protecting against electromagnetic energy and stuff like that, and just absorbing negative energy. Okay. Hematite. If you haven't heard of it.
I have heard of it, but I'm not the crystal. I like crystals. I just got back in a relationship with my crystals. I hadn't been using my crystals until almost probably like 10 months, And really? So, yeah, but now, I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Because they really help.
Yeah.
Me. Really help.
Yeah, that's one thing too. I think I remember something that Ryan Copper said. He was like, I don't know what video he said this on. He was like, yeah, if you place your intent in anything, you can he said something like that. He was like,
yeah.
You can do anything with any object if you place your intent into it. And I'm like, wow, that really made my consciousness expand, because I thought about music, and I thought about a guitar.
Yeah.
Placing my intent in the guitar.
Yeah, you can.
And when I sing, I manifest. It's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, I got a recording studio in my basement that I only go down there when I feel led to go down there, because I used to create a type of music, man, that just was the opposite of ascending. I was helping people descend. and
I understand.
You know what I mean? I just keep it real, and like when you start understanding vibration and frequencies and notes, dude, I can break down music theory now like never before. The most popular music right now, we all know, is trap music. And trap music and trap.
Careful with the trap.
Hey man, it's the trap. And the name of this music is called trap music. And this is the music that is raising our youth. And listen, all of this racist shit, this music don't take no precedence over color. White people listen to trap music, black people listen to trap music, Arabic, Mexican. This music is not racist. Right. And this music is driven by what they call the 808 bass, the subwoofer. All right. Now, when you translate this to frequency and tone, when you look at a keyboard, the scale on the keyboard, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then it loops. The lowest note on the keyboard is the subwoofer. The bass line, the bass is the low. Yeah. Now this 808 frequency that is mainstream music right now, that's raising our children, is the third lowest frequency on the keyboard. It's the driving force. You see what I'm saying? So,
and now it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. You know, that came back to my DNA, because I remember that. I thought about it one time, Yeah. And I'm big on music. Like, I'm like, you know, this is what I freaking do, man. But I thought about it just now. What am I really letting into my body?
Man, dude, listen. That you on the third lowest frequency that we know as mankind in music theory. That's what you're riding. What this frequency does, dude, I'm gonna tell you what it does. Dude, it discombobulates your whole fucking vibratory, your range of frequency. It just throws your emotional body out of whack with all of your energy, your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body. It's all out of whack. That shit coming through you, just dragging you down. But get this, and then I'm gonna let you go. This is good conscious chatter. Now you have to, because it's subtle. The way these beings, these parasites, because you see these parasites is behind some of these frequencies too. Even have you noticed that the music is now digital, artificial intelligence now? You up on that, right?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And I've been telling people a long time about this AI. The music has shifted from organic, right? Organic, like a guy really sitting there playing a guitar and a guy on the horn, and that's organic, man. That's coming from the soul, right? Now everything is artificial intelligence, like keyboards, right? But get this here. Damn, I was gonna drive it home. I was here we go, my friend. Here we go. Then I'm gonna let you go.
What's up?
If I gave you 10 vehicles, if we just act like we was the police, which we ain't, we not the police. And we pulled over 10 cars that was blasting this type of music. You guys know what I'm talking about. It'll blow your windows out. They can ride down the street and your windows will be shaking, right? If we pulled over,
I live in St. Louis, man. I know what you're talking about.
Right. So if we pulled over 10 cars, all right, the one thing in common, right? And don't take this the wrong way. And all 10 of these vehicles will find one substance that the younger youth and even some of the old timers are partaking in. It's the music and the medical and the marijuana. Now, this is why it's fucked up, right? It's not the weed that's messing you up. It's just your marijuana frequency. The high doesn't match the fucking frequency that you're listening to in the music. You see what I'm saying? They're one against the medical. The marijuana takes you higher to a higher frequency. It will actually open up your third eye. So now picture this. Get a visual of this. Get a visual of this, ladies and gentlemen, right? So you're smoking weed and that raises your vibration if you're not abusing it. I mean, if you're doing this in moderation to really open up that third eye, meditate and get clarity, it's a beautiful plant. Beautiful, you know? So
I mean, don't abuse it, but you know, it's beautiful. Yeah.
So you're opening up your third eye. The marijuana is taking you up, and then you blasting this damn trap music that's dragging you right back down. So literally, you are an emotional wreck because you're going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. It's fucked up. You know, your music doesn't match the frequency of the marijuana that you're smoking. Now, how do you get the most benefit? We all over the place today, but how do you get the most benefit from your marijuana if you choose to smoke marijuana, right? Listen to higher vibratory music, like orchestras, like cellos and strings and just higher frequency music. Even jazz, just you want some horns, you want some cellos, you want some strings. That's why the church took off. The church didn't really just take off from people gathering. It took off from the music. You know how you go to church and people get to clapping? Hey, yeah. It's that music. Right. It's that music driving you there. It hits that emotional body. It feels good. They got the organ playing and they got, you know, the drummer and they got the keyboard playing. Church chords, harmony, right? The choir singing. You got your sopranos, your altos. They singing in perfect harmony. You guys get what I'm trying to say? So if you listen to trap music and you smoking weed to trap music, I'll laugh with you. Is man, you in a dark space. You're in a dark place, man.
Yeah, and can I add something real quick before I go?
Sure.
My goodness, yeah. And what I'm saying is, now that we're talking about like marijuana and it raising your frequency,
Mm-hmm.
I just thought about the natural raising of the frequency and listening to trap music. Like, what if I'm just naturally raising my frequency and then I'm trying to listen to trap music? It's the same effect, essentially.
Same thing.
And so, yeah,
Same thing.
it's crazy. It's crazy. That you brought a lot of light. You brought a lot of light to my perception right now.
Hey, man,
Cool.
you called in. That's what you get when you call in. You connect to the energy that's here. You know, we having this one-on-one, intimate, conscious exchange of energy. Every time you speak to someone, and I said this last week, you should get something from it. See, we got used to talking just to be talking, speaking spells. You should get something from every interaction with every being. But now in 2017, we just talk to just be talking, casting spells and stuff, you know? All right, peace and love. Love you, brother. Keep calling, man. Keep calling.
All right, Derek.
All right, peace.
Yeah, no problem.
Peace, man. Great convo with that brother. Great convo. We all over the place, you know. Good vibes, good vibrations. I'm gonna jump over to the chat. I'm gonna take one more caller because we were only supposed to go for an hour today because I got so much great stuff to do today. So I'm back live at the chat. I'm sorry, I've been abusing my beautiful chat. What's up, Antonio? Daily Natural Living is in the house. Kaya Richardson, what's up? Beautiful soul. What's up? Who else is in here? Rogue Liberator. What's up, man? The Immortal Consciousness. What's up, man? I like that name. Y'all got some cool names, man. Thanks for being here. Who else to chat? Y'all chatting today, right? Any good stuff in the chat? Y'all chatting. Let me catch up. Neon Somania. Peace and love to you. If I butchered your name, I'm sorry. Thanks for being here today. Who else we got? We keep scrolling. Man, y'all chatting today. Laney Beckman. Peace and love to you. Thanks for the hearts. Okay. We love you too, Kaya. Thanks for being here today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of I'm Conscious Now What. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, there will be a link in the description box. If you haven't subscribed to my other channels, I'll add them to the description box right after this live stream because I just kicked off a new channel and I think you guys will like it. If you like having fun, if you like watching other videos and just seeing what's going on in this huge scope of perspective, the new channel is a lot of fun. I upload every single day, sometimes even twice a day, right? So and I'm really getting a lot out of this. Right? So I would love for you to do these reaction videos with me, you know, and watch the videos and comment and just share. This is what it's about. It's about if you don't have a way to express your creative energy, just like in my case, a lot of times you just get stagnant, just like the young man. If the last young gentleman who just called in, dude, you should be starting a channel, man, using your energy. Who cares if you only got, dude, when I first started, dude, I might have had 5 subscribers. You know what I mean? Just do you. The energy will follow you. Just do you. Just express yourself. You never know who you're helping. If you just help one person, kabing. You know, we get so caught up in numbers and, you know, expectation and competition. And, you know what? It ain't about competition. It's about pleasing your soul, becoming balanced in your soul, expressing yourself the way you love to express yourself, creating your own frequency, managing your own thought. It's man. I think we're managing too much physical stuff and not enough non-physical stuff. And that's why we've been stuck for so long. You know what I mean? We multitask on everything. I saw a lady the other day. I forget where I was. Man, you talking about multitasking. This particular person was texting, talking. Who was it? Driving, fucking eating, smack one of her kids on the neck. I forget who it was. She was doing about 6 things at one time, dude. It was crazy. Who was that? It just came up. I don't want to put her out there, but eating, texting, driving, talking, and smack one of her kids on the neck for the smart mouthing at the same time. Can you imagine if she used all of that, you know, and went inward with that? Man. Anyway, peace and love. I love you guys. And I will look forward to reconnecting with this beautiful energy over here at I'm Conscious. Now, what? Wednesday. We're going to jump into something Wednesday. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be worth your while to be there. There's a lot of creating to do from Sunday to Wednesday. So, yeah, I love you, and I'll catch you on the next live stream. Peace.